spirits. They are celebrated from very old times in these lands. They can shapeshift. They are always female, and I think men are afraid of them, and they should be. Yele, it's not a name. Yele, it's like they women, because whoever knows the name, they might appear if you call by their name. So they won't. It's not good. Only the highest or the best wizards or witches can do that. So nobody actually knows their name. I don't know their name, so I'll refer to them as Yele. Now the thing about these creatures, they are celebrated on 24th of June, which is like 3 days after the summer solstice. It's when the night gets bigger again. So people usually celebrate them for protection for the long night that is going to come, or something like this. Usually they make these crowns of flowers. Now, I'm not a religious person, and how do you say it? The opposite would be the Christmas celebration, when the day gets bigger. It's visible that the day gets... So it's a very important celebration in Romania that still survives even even if the country became so religious. Now, what's about them? They travel under they can shapeshift. They travel under the spheres of light, orbs. They can travel like that. I heard people talking about seeing these orbs, and they refer to them as this Yele. Also, when they do these celebrations, they dance a Romanian traditional dance when people hold hands and dance in a circle. And people believe that when this happens, the vegetation doesn't grow for at least 5 years in that area. Now we are going to visit the round clearing, and I think the stories about this place started from way before the UFO that is mentioned in the early 70s. I think people believe that the place is special because of this shape and because the trees don't grow there. On 24th of June, in that clearing, there are lots of people coming, usually people with this energy or something, like I'm not really into anything, but I've met lots of people, like it's usually a large group on 24th of June, like 60 people there. I don't know what they're doing. I don't stay too much around them. I also saw these people with like swords, like dual-handed Teutonic swords, really nice. Part of them were from Texas, part of them were from Cluj. They said that they were a religious group, and they said that they are here to cleanse the forest from the devil. So if you don't find the devil tonight, it's because of them. Also, do you know the Wicca communities? New witcher wizards? They come here quite often, also for all kinds of rituals. Now, there are logical stories about, there are some explanation about why the forest is in top 5 most haunted forests of the world. Okay, I finish with the Yele now, with the paranormal. I go with some rational explanations now. First of all, when we go inside, you'll see the trees. The trees are grouped like in 2 or 3 or 4. I counted as many as 11 from the same roots, so they are very close. And sometimes they make very weird noises. But in order to be scared of them, you have to not be so friendly with nature. I mean, not a nature person that goes into the forest. We need wind, very strong wind. And then you can hear these sounds. When I first heard that sound, I was with a group from Belgium, and we heard something like a baby was crying, but not as loud as a baby would cry. I'm like, wait, something like that. After a few seconds, they wanted me to go and make it stop. They thought I planted something there to scare them, but I didn't. In the end, we all went together, and then we heard another one, and for a few seconds, I thought that we are surrounded by some kind of demons ready to eat our soul or something. And then we saw that it's actually the trees. Because of the wind and the trees being so close, it's the wood-on-wood friction. So that noise can be really terrible.
Or maybe it's the trees that want to eat our souls.
Or that, yes. I hope not. I come here often. I don't want to think about stuff like this. Another thing, another few details about this forest. Scientists that study the forest since the 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and so on, they believe here is some kind of energy. Any one of you saw that movie Stalker by Tarkovsky, a Russian movie producer? That's a good movie anyway. There is about an energy that somehow reads your inner beliefs, your core beliefs, and gives them back to you. It's like the placebo effect, but probably here is on steroids. Because people that are believing in something, but a true belief, if you come here, I want to see an alien, your core... No. But if you...
Here, but lick this frog.
No, we don't have. That's in Amazon. So no.
So I've been licking the wrong things?
Yeah,
Damn it.
definitely the wrong things, yes.
Too much
So
information, guys.
if you just want to see stuff, your core belief is that you don't see them, but you want to, and that would be what it's going to materialize. You won't see anything, but if you believe that you are getting in contact with something, you probably are, because I had visitors from all over the world, and none of the guys who said that they have some sensitivities towards paranormal or something like that, none of them went disappointed. Everybody was talking about these places being like some sort of temple or some sort of an energy that actually materialize your beliefs. I have a few examples. I might go on with another story. Sorry?
No, not
I don't know if I can go on with another story, but
Please.
actually, when we started this tour thing in the forest, it was me and Marius, and but in the beginning, all our friends said something like, "No one will ever come with you in a forest during the night. You're an East European. We are in an East European country. They would think you're going to rob them, take their organs or anything. I don't know." They said the worst idea ever. But we believed in the stuff like this. And we had lots of problems. How do you advertise paranormal? You can't, because sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not there, and it's very subjective, very subtle. So
Actually, I know how you can advertise the paranormal. Midnightinthedesert.com. Make sure you check it out for all of your Haunted Baciu Forest needs.
Yeah, we didn't know that at that time. But anyway, what was really interesting that happened to us was the fact that this top 10 most haunted forests appeared, and CNN and BBC was talking about it right after 3 months after we started this tour thing, and we didn't know from where it came from. It was like, wow, it's really happening. So that's the moment when I started to believe. I study physics, so I'm not really into too much paranormal, but there is room in physics for paranormal. And then it's when I started to think like, okay, what are these people talking about this energy? It's really happening? And yes, it happened. For me, that's the moment. And I have other cases of people that really true believed in something, like in healing powers. They got healed, or they believed in some kind of energy that would create your own reality. I don't know how the name of that, but that guy who actually spent here, I know a guy who spent here like for a year and a half coming here, and he was like an artist, said, I'm going to be rich and I'm going to be traveling the world and be surrounded by beautiful girls. After 1 year and a half coming here, he got stopped in the street saying that, okay, can I take a picture of you? And he said, yes. And he's now a photo model. He's a good looking guy, but he never went in that direction. So things just started to happen. I would say coincidences, but probably not. Who knows?
Is there hundreds of people that gone missing?
No, those stories, I don't want to believe them, because I don't want to...
I don't want to believe them. That's well placed.
I don't think they are real. I don't believe they are real. No one disappeared here. Everybody comes back. Okay. We go now. Shall we?